Jim Gray is with us. Jim,
how's it going?
Welcome to CityFest and the broadcast.
Glad to be here.
We know you guys are excited about being a part of the Chamber of Commerce in Prattville. You represent not only Central Alabama Electric Cooperative, but you also represent Central Access, which is the latest, greatest fiber internet in the rural areas of Autauga, Chilton, Coosa, all over the place out in the country.
That's right. We, about 5 years ago, we started putting fiber up for our own needs, and then put a little extra up because we knew in a lot of our area people couldn't get good service or
Absolutely.
no service at all. So we put it up and started lighting up, offering service, and now over 20,000 people have access to high-speed internet service,
Including us.
That's
We've got
right.
a transmitter site.
That's
with
right, down in Selma.
Central Access, high-speed internet.
That's right.
All right, so tell us about your role with Central Access. You do a little engineering, I think.
I do. I'm over engineering and operations. We kind of design the outside fiber, where it's going to go, and then we get it built, and then give it over to the guys that light it up and put all the communication on it, and then maintain it. So, when it goes down in storms, get folks out there, get it back up, and put it back together.
And you're going to have a booth here for CityFest this weekend in conjunction with the great Chamber of Commerce.
That's right, and anybody that's interested in our service can go there and go to the website, centralaccess.com, and see if we got a service available or when it may be available, or some places we may not be able to get to.
You're filling in for Chris Montgomery, who's goofing off today.
He is, yep.
Yeah. He's traveling right now, probably listening to us. Maybe he's laughing.
He's moving, helping move his son, so I'm glad I'm not there. I'd be rather doing this and moving.
Jim, we appreciate what y'all do. We certainly appreciate Central Access and Central Alabama Electric Cooperative for taking care of all the folks out in the country.
That's right.
All right,
glad
folks.
to do it, love to do it.
Come see us broadcasting live. CityFest is going on. Activities begin at 5:30 this afternoon, right in the area of Pratt Park and the stadium. So the Pratt Park is where the booths are going to be. The entertainment is going to be moved, and I think Brooke told us that because of the weather, we're going to take the entertainment inside the Doster Center. We'll be telling you more about that later on, but come see us. We're broadcasting live at CityFest on the Superstation, Dixie Country, and Prattville Alive. happens or starts happening at 5:30 this afternoon. We're between the stadium, Pratt Park, and we're going to talk to Brooke at the chamber in just a little bit because I think we're going to move the concert inside tonight. Hunter Allen is with us. Hunter, you been up on a roof today?
Oh, no, I was lucky. I got to work from home today, but it's a hot day to be on a roof.
Hunter is with Innovative Roofing Pros, and you guys are one of the newer members with the Prattville Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome aboard.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having us. We like being a part of it.
Tell us about being involved.
We kind of want to grow within our means and keep things local, so it's been a great opportunity for us.
All right, so you do commercial,
Yes, sir.
residential. Tell us about your great technique.
Throughout, you know, and figure things out on a basis that's kind of more fluid. And so it helps us. And when you buy a roof, you buy a warranty with it, and we've been around for quite some time. And so it's helpful to I don't
okay,
slip
I
off
got
any
you.
roof, but I feel more safe on a flat one.
All right, so and I'm familiar with flat roof. I had one for you.
Like a commercial roof or a flat roof will have a tapered insulation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
From
A tapered insulation. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
from so Buffalo Rock Pepsi. But first, we'll hear some more music on the Superstation. necessary precautions to move the concert inside the Doster Center. So 5:30 when we have the grand opening ceremony, we'll be hearing more about that. But right now, we've got my favorite buddy on the whole planet. Life is good at ASE.
Life is good. We're doing well.
Tell us about the opportunities folks have to hook up with your loan officers or folks that just need friendly advice from a good financial manager.
Well, you can always go to our website, which is youraseccu.com. That will lead you to all the applications online. It'll give you directions to all of our branches. You can walk in and meet with our branch managers, the assistant managers. Everybody's just very welcoming and wants to see you there.
And you got locations everywhere.
Yes, we do. We have 9 different locations. The Montgomery River region area, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka. Then we also are in Clanton, Selma, and Greenville.
So anywhere in
We
our
cover the
coverage
bases.
area, you got it covered.
We
Yeah.
got it covered.
Yeah, well, tell us about some of the things that you guys are involved with outside the
Brook Chamber event will be in the Wetumpka Chamber event. We do the Prattville CityFest, the Clanton Peach Jam. I'm all over.
and you're driving that funny little clown car. I love it.
That's not a clown car. It's my
Yeah,
ASC vehicle.
We've got a clown car. I know what a clown car is.
Okay.
No, it's great to see you. And Marilyn, we just love having you involved with CityFest and certainly the Prattville Chamber. Not only during CityFest time, but year-round, you guys are plugged into everything the Prattville Chamber
Absolutely.
does.
We love the YMCA. We're all involved with the YMCA. So yeah, everything Prattville.
Marilyn Hawkins with ASE Credit Union. Folks, come see us at CityFest. We're broadcasting live till 6 o'clock tonight on the Superstation, Dixie Country. Henson Stadium, getting ready for Prattville CityFest. With us this go-around is Brian Glosson with Buffalo Rock Pepsi. Brian, great having you on board with us.
Thank you for having us here. We're glad to be here this weekend.
Well, you guys are not only plugged into CityFest, you're plugged into every darn thing going on around here.
Yeah, we've been partners with the people of Prattville for a very long time, well over 15 years, and we've got a lot of people that live in this community and like you said, are plugged in.
Thanks to your generosity, a great meal last week. I had my first ever Pepsi Zero. Your brands are awesome and very addictive, quite frankly.
I agree. We have a lot of craveable brands out there that the people just love. And Pepsi Zero is just one of them. Of course, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, the #1 selling flavored soft drink in the country. Of course, all of the sun-kissed flavors in the world. You can just about name it, and we've got it.
And you're involved with the chamber, you're involved with the high school, you're involved with a number of high schools in our region.
Yes, we are. We are extremely committed to our communities. As a matter of fact, that's one of our core values. And so anytime that we have the opportunity to give back or help out in any way we can, we jump at that.
And plus about half your staff at the Buffalo Rock plant in Montgomery live in Prattville.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
A lot of folks, and you know, you guys, we've always had issues with needing something quick, needing help with a project like the River Region Rodeo. You guys just snap to. You come to our organization, the Prattville Rotary Club, and you provide soft drinks for us. Amazing.
Yeah, anything that we can do to facilitate an event such as that and such as Prattville CityFest today, we love to get involved.
We love having you here, and Brian, we just want to ask folks to do one thing: drink Pepsi.
Absolutely.
Or
Drink
any
Pepsi.
of the other brands that you guys have. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for being a part of CityFest here
Thank
today.
you for having me.
live broadcasting on the campus of Pratt Park, and that is right near the brand new renovated Stanley Jensen Stadium. And this is Prattville CityFest. With us now, Isis Hunley. She is the event coordinator with Baptist Health, a huge sponsor, the top sponsor all of CityFest this weekend. Hunley?
Yes.
Isis running
Yes.
this entire community.
Absolutely, and especially when you say we are a big part, but really it's a community that's a big part of who we are at Prattville Baptist Hospital. So as you know, Prattville CityFest has had a long-standing position in the community, and so has the hospital as well, providing excellent care. So when you piece the two together, it makes a bigger and better impact for the community.
Well, I hang out with Eric Morgan every now and then, who is the administrator of the hospital in Prattville.
Yes.
Prattville Baptist. You had some expansion going on recently, which has been great for old folks like me.
Yes, sir. What's the good part of it, as you look at Prattville City as a whole, is expanding. And so when you think about it and you have like businesses and partners that are also in that community, it also makes us want to expand as well, right? So we have to accommodate for the expansion the city as a whole is doing, and so we're able to do that as well.
All right, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
A couple of times, Eric has fed the Prattville Rotary Club at the hospital. That is the best darn hospital food I've ever had in my life. Can you get him to get us to come back?
Oh, absolutely. And hey, when you think about a local hospital, in general, it's a whole ecosystem. You know, we have to think about the food. We have to think about the nutrition that we take care of with our patients as well. So absolutely, I'll work on that.
All right, anything special you want to tell us about Prattville Baptist or any of the Baptist Health?
Yes, absolutely. As you know, we are going to be here today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll have free health screenings. So wanting to come out to get your numbers for glucose, blood pressure, as far as cholesterol, we are here doing that on site and it's free. So come on out.
And that booth is right over your shoulder.
Absolutely,
right
underneath
across
the pavilion, yes.
Yeah. All right, Isis, it's great to have you here. We expect to see you again back this time next year.
Absolutely, you can count on it.
Isis Hunley with Baptist Health. Folks, we are broadcasting live from CityFest. A lot more coming up. Come join us as we broadcast live on the Superstation, Dixie Country. on the campus of Pratt Park, and we are all about having you come join us and have some fun. Right now we've got Jordan Halloran with Max Credit Union. Jordan, you ever heard about Max Credit Union?
Just a little, Mike. Just
Really?
a little. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been there over 10 years now.
Oh, good, good. So you guys involved with everything, and you are sponsoring the stage where we're going to have a band performing tonight.
Yeah, Max loves to have a good time, so we're glad to be the stage sponsor again this year, and bring everybody out, have a good time, make it a family-friendly event, and our big thing is to be involved in the community where we live, work, and play.
And the Prattville Chamber of Commerce will give you that opportunity, by golly.
That's exactly right.
They will sign you up.
You got it.
Yeah, it's great to be involved with a chamber like Prattville Chamber because they got so much stuff going on.
They do.
You can just literally spend a day a week doing something at the Chamber of Commerce.
You got it, yeah. And they're all about being bought into the community, and it's exactly what Max Credit Union's all about, is really getting in, being a part of the community and who we serve. So
Tell us about all your locations. I know you got one here in Prattville. Where else you got locations?
yeah, we've got locations all over the central Alabama River Region area, all the way out to Auburn, Montgomery, down in Troy. So wherever you're needing assistance, we're there to help.
And credit unions, you guys do a lot of marketing, a lot of advertising. You're out there. Everybody knows where you are.
That's right. You'll see us out and about. So sometimes we're not wearing the shirt, but you'll know us when you see our face.
And you're Max Credit Union now, but at one time you were the Maxwell Gunner Credit Union, I believe.
Long ago. So
Yep.
our roots are deeply rooted. This year we're happy to celebrate our 70th anniversary with the founding there on Maxwell Air Force Base. So yeah, it's a great celebration and hope for many more years to come.
All right, you guys got any free money? If I need some
Free money? Oh, well,
Free
I
money?
wouldn't call it free, but we definitely reward our members all the time. So
a good deal. Okay,
yeah.
I got you. Max Halloran, thanks a lot. And you're in Prattville, but you grew up in New York for a time.
I did.
Fest just about to get underway as we broadcast live on the Superstation. Dixon. Location, Pratt Park in Prattville, right next to the newly renovated Stanley Jensen Stadium. Brooke with the Chamber. Hey, Brooke.
Hey, Mike.
Are you having fun yet?
We are. We're having a great time.
Yeah, we had to make some adjustments because of the weather. We've had to move the concert inside the Doster Center. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I know it doesn't look like it right now outside. It's nice and sunny, but we have been told by local officials that it might get a little bad later tonight. So for the safety of everybody, the safety of our band, the public, everything like that, we are moving the band inside the Doster Center. It will kick off opening ceremonies at 5:50. Band will get rolling at 6, and it'll still be from 6 to 10. It's just they're indoors now.
Indoors, you don't have to worry about the weather. So come on down, and it's absolutely free, no admission charge.
Yeah. It's all free, but we still want to make a shout out to our amazing food vendors that are still down here at Pratt Park. So bring an appetite, come get some food at our wonderful food vendors down here. Right. They're still out here.
Yeah, we got to take care of the food vendors because they've invested a lot in their products and their entry fees to be down here. So we need to come support them. Let's hope the weather is good tomorrow. It looks like it's going to be okay, and we need to have a ton of folks come down to CityFest.
Yes. Tomorrow is still a go, 9 to 4, rain or shine. We're hoping that it's more shine than rain.
Absolutely.
But yes, 9 to 4 all day tomorrow at Pratt Park.
Well, you guys, Brooke, you, Bob, Patty, Chamber folks, done a great job organizing this. Great event for our community.
Thank you. We are very excited about it, and tomorrow is also free admission. It's normally $2, so we're hoping that everybody comes out and enjoys it.
Free.
Yeah.
Come see us, Prattville CityFest, coming up tonight and tomorrow as we broadcast live on the Superstation, Dixie Country.
Broadcasting live.
And we are broadcasting live. Prattville CityFest is where we are, and we're having a great time this afternoon. In about, 45 minutes, this thing is going to get underway. Right now we've got Tiana Brickhouse, and she represents a company that we love to talk about. Tiana, tell us all about how to drink delicious water from Otagoville.
Well, we are 1186 Real Artesian Water. We are an ultra domestic premium water. We started in Otagoville and we've grown expeditiously. So we are in several states besides just Alabama, and we're looking to grow some more.
Well, and Marquise,
Yes.
the head man with the plan,
Yes.
this is his dream.
Yes, this is his dream. So him and his partners started this dream in 2016 with no knowledge about starting a bottled water company, but they have grown it into a multi-million-dollar plant out in Otagoville.
Yeah, we've talked to him a couple of times, and he's had some help. Some big companies that have decided to include him in their retail operations, whether it be a big department store, we don't want to mention any names, or some of the distributorships that sell bottled water to consumers.
Right. So if you guys are looking to purchase us in some of these retail stores, we're in Winn-Dixie, Piggly Wiggly, Food Outlet, Food Depot, and, a lot of local grocery stores here in Prattville.
And you guys are plugged into the Prattville Chamber of Commerce big time.
Oh, yeah.
I think Marquise is on the board of directors.
He is on the board of directors. We are very close with Miss Patty, and we love everything that she's doing out here for Prattville and what she's doing for businesses in the river region.
Tiana, what do you do for Marquise and 1186?
So I am the marketing manager. I do all the promotions, events, social media. So any post that you see, that's probably me.
Good deal. Thanks for being with us. And we want some water. Go get us some.
All right, we'll
Good.
get you some water. Come on
Thank you,
by.
Tiana. Tiana Brickhouse, 1186 Water. Fans, folks, come see us. We're broadcasting live, getting ready for Prattville CityFest on the Superstation, Dixie Country. Prattville CityFest is where we are. We've got a lot of fun stuff going on. And just as a reminder, we have rescheduled the location of the entertainment tonight. The concert's going to be going on inside the Doster Center. And as we speak, we see the clouds kind of building in the background. We think the city officials and the Chamber of Commerce made the right decision on that. The grand opening, or I should say the beginning of the event, happens at 5:50 this afternoon. Wade Newman's with us. Wade, welcome into the broadcast, and you are running for public office.
I am. Thank you, sir, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, I'll just tell you this. Hats off to you, not just for running for public office, but you served a bunch of years in the military.
I did.
God bless you, man. We love you.
Yeah, no problem. I graduated from '83 here at Prattville High School, and I joined the Army in '84, did 20 years in, and it was probably one of the best experiences of my life. Helped shape my positive mentality and taught me how to be organized, and I really enjoyed it.
And you got to see the world.
Got to see a lot of places back in the '80s I would have never got to see. So.
But you wanted to come back home.
I do. I've wanted to move back for a while. I recently relocated, been here for a little over 3 years now. We built a house out in Hearthstone, and we're glad to be back. My family's all from here. We're, sixth generation on my mom's side, so it's good to be back home.
And folks who want to know more about you as you run for City Council District 1, right? City Council District 1. You're going to have a booth under the pavilion here at Pratt Park tomorrow.
Absolutely. We have a booth under the large pavilion tomorrow. We're going to be out there with a map for everybody to confirm where they're at since the redistricting is happening. There has been some changes to District 1, so we're asking everybody to stop by, check on the map, see if they're in District 1 or not, if things have changed. We've got some trinkets and things to give away too, some giveaways, some Alabama and Auburn football schedules for the magnetics, for the refrigerator. I've got my informational card and with my website and everything, so we've got quite a bit of stuff. We're excited. Chamber's given us an opportunity here at CityFest to be a part of it, and we're looking forward to meeting everybody tomorrow.
I've made a living over the years of capturing great slogans and stealing them if they were really good. So you got to have a campaign slogan. Have you got one?
My biggest slogan that I want to get out there is "Let's work together." I think that says it all right there. Let's work together.
Wade, good luck to you, man. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for sponsoring a booth.
Yes.
And joining us for Prattville CityFest. We love it.
I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody. Thank you very much.
Wade Newman, District 1 City Council election coming up in August. We'll be back with another guest or two before we wrap it up. Fans, you're listening to the Superstation, Dixie Country. CityFest where we are. It's getting a little cloudy. Starting to get a little bit nervous about the weather. Thankfully, the concert has been moved inside the Doster Center tonight. I got a couple of buddies here to talk about Free. Kyler and Tim. Kyler, you're first. Tell us all about Free.
You bet. So Tim and I are here to talk about F3. The 3F stands for Fitness, Fellowship, and Faith. And really what we are is a free men's workout group, small workout group kind of built around the principles of camaraderie and self-improvement. So it's not just about the workout, it's about getting men outdoors, together, fellowshipping, and then really kind of organize around our whole mission, which is to plant, grow, and serve those small workout groups so we can invigorate male community leadership.
Get old guys like me up from the table, up from the couch, and out hanging out with guys and folks that want to kind of get in shape.
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to being free, open to all men, so all ages, backgrounds, fitness abilities, any workout we do is meant to be modified to an individual man's ability, whatever he can bring to the table. We just want to make sure we don't leave him where we found him and that we can accelerate him in all those areas I mentioned, the fitness, the fellowship, the faith.
All right, Tim, we're going to let you tell us how in the world do we find out about you? Where do we go?
Yeah, well, appreciate you having us on and letting us speak to you today. But we're going to have a booth out here in CityFest, of course. Come see us at F3 River Region. But you can look up online at f3nation.com. But we also have a local Facebook, F3 River Region, local Instagram, F3 River Region. So we'd love you to follow there. But the best way to find out about us is just to show up. And so we meet, if you're in Pike Road, from Montgomery to Prattville, there's groups that meet along those areas, and we'd love to just have you and try it out.
So multiple locations, just for example, in Prattville, where you guys meet.
Yep. So we meet on Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings, early in the morning. Like I said, it's always free. It's always open to anybody. We've had kids as young as 6 and 60s and 70s come out to join us. But tomorrow morning, 6 o'clock, over here at the fitness court by the library, rain or shine. So we're talking about the weather. That's one of the things that F3 stands for, or one of the things that F3 does, is outdoors, rain or shine. So if it's raining, we're going to be there.
So once you sign up, you just come in and give your name, information, basically. Then do you get demerits if you miss a meeting?
Well, we do have penalty burpees,
oh,
so
okay.
you might not want to miss a meeting. No, there's nothing. It's not even that formal. We want you to come up, show up, and you are welcome to join us.
All right, so one more time, website address if
Yep.
folks want to find out more.
Yep. Look for us on F3 River Region on Facebook and Instagram, and the national website is f3nation.com.
You guys are great. Thanks a million for being a part of the Prattville Area Chamber of Commerce.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
Good deal. Those guys, F3, don't forget the website. Go see them, check them out. And we are going to wrap it up in just a little bit. One more time, we're going to talk to Brooke and Bob with the Chamber of Commerce as we broadcast live on the Superstation, Dixie Country.